Hi there, this is Marlene Denarius, and in this recording we're looking at the introduction to the common chord. So the common chord is composed of three letters, so arranged that the second letter is at the interval of a third and the third letter at the interval of a fifth from the first letter. Now we're going to be using the traditional naming system, the Baroque naming system for the letters, and that relies on your knowledge of the hexachords. So I'm quickly going to revise the three hexachords. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do is the natural hexachord starting on C, sol, fa, ut, which is the name of this note. C, sol, fa, ut. C, sol, fa, ut. The next hexachord starts on G, sol, re, ut. It's the hard hexachord. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do on G, sol, re, ut. And finally, the last hexachord begins on F, fa, ut, diesis. So, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So that's the three hexachords. And the naming system comes from the hexachords. So say A, la, mi, re, because la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, and do, re, mi, and re, mi. So A, la, mi, re, because it's la, mi, re are the three possible hexachord syllables on that note. A, la, mi, re. And if you look at any music publications, music books, etc., published before the turn of the 1800s, the notes were named like this. And this is how Baroque musicians conceived of them as well. So, the common chord, as I said, is composed of three letters, arranged so the second letter is at the interval of a third. 1, 2, 3. And the third letter at the interval of a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the first or the lowest letter is called the fundamental note. It's either here, wherever it is. So example, these three. C, sol, fa, ut. Here is the fundamental. So chords are named in the Baroque system after the letters which form their fundamental notes. Thus, if A is the fundamental note, so A, la, mi, re, A, la, mi, re, the chord is named the chord of A, la, mi, re. A, la, mi, re. And there are 7 common chords, each one named after each letter in the scale, which is, of course, A, la, mi, re, B, fa, ba, mi, C, sol, fa, ut, D, la, sol, re, E, la, mi, F, fa, ut, diesis, and G, sol, re, ut. So that is our scale. And then A, la, mi, re again. And so on and so forth. So there are 7 common chords. The common chord of E, la, mi, re, common chord of B, fa, ba, mi, the common chord of C, sol, fa, ut, the common chord of D, la, sol, re, the common chord of E, la, mi, the common chord of F, fa, ut, diesis, and the common chord of G, sol, re, ut. So, if the fundamental note of a chord is E, la, mi, re, then what is the name of the chord? And the chord, of course, is E, la, mi, re. And if the fundamental note of the chord is B, then the chord is B, fa, ba, mi. And if the fundamental note is C, then the chord is C, sol, fa, ut. And And if the fundamental note is D, it's D, La, Sol, Re. And if the fundamental note is E, then the chord is I, La, Mi. And if the fundamental note is F, then the chord is F, Fa, Ut, Diesis. And if the fundamental note is G, then the chord is G, Sol, Re, Ut. So, what letters compose the chord of A? And that is E, La, Mi, Re, Si, Sol, Fa, Ut, and I, La, Mi. And what letters compose the chord of C? That is going to be Si, Sol, Fa, Ut, I, La, Mi, and G, Sol, Re, Ut. And what letters compose the chord of D? That is going to be D, La, Sol, Re, F, Fa, Ut, Diesis, and E, La, Mi, Re. And what letters compose the common chord of F? And that is going to be F, Fa, Ut, Diesis, E, La, Mi, Re, E, La, Mi, Re, and Si, Sol, Fa, Ut. So this is the common chord. Alright, that's it for this lesson from me, and more to follow. Bye.